Electric motor.
Synthetic rigging.
Classic sailboat.
No electronics.
Crossing the Atlantic Ocean.
Going where the fair winds blow, our home is where the waters flow. We'll show you what we've come to know on board while sailing wisdom.
We're moving today, but quite slowly, and I'm gonna take this opportunity. I already took a shower, which is big, and now I'm going to make some crepes from a recipe that my dad sent me through the satellite phone. But crepes for my family have been a kind of traditional breakfast, so I'm excited to get a little taste of home. That tastes like childhood. Yay. Not good?
No, it's really good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Days like today are my absolute favorite. You don't go as fast, but it's just so calm and just so peaceful and tranquil. And you know, it's like clear skies over us and the fluffy clouds out on the distance. It's absolute paradise. This is what I dream of when I would dream of going out into the ocean, and here it is, a whole day of it.
everything is kind of cooperating again like it should be. When you're sailing, the best sailing is when the sea and the wind and your sails and your boat and everything are all just seamlessly working together to carry you along to your destination. And that's what's finally happening today. The gentle swell of the ocean is back. You can see it just kind of like a blanket, just kind of rippling in the distance, and we're not getting knocked around by any weird waves from other directions. It's peaceful and smooth and effortless. We're finally gonna eat that sun oven meal that we made right before we caught that fish. We put it in Tupperware in the refrigerator, and now Herbie's just finishing up the cooking process in the real oven.
Yeah, I just heated it because it was very cold in the freezer.
And so the sun is setting on a really amazing day of sailing. Making some peanut butter chicken, Thai peanut chicken tonight. It's a very simple dish, and today has been all about the flying fish, really. There's tons of flying fish out there. It's really neat to see. We've just been relaxing and watching the flying fish all day. Not much to report. We are less than 200 miles away from our destination, so all excitement there, except that we have no idea whether we'll be able to enter.
Now that we're getting closer, I also turned on our AIS again, so we're transmitting.
So this entire time we've been kind of skirting 300 miles off the coast of Africa, and we've been taking a lot of precautions because off of the Western Sahara there are a lot of pirate attacks. We've been sailing invisibly without our AIS transmitting, and we've been taking care to be very far offshore. So we have just turned on our AIS since we are approaching the islands, and so far we've been fine. The islands of Cape Verde are well patrolled by Coast Guards, so we're not worried about those, and there haven't been any instances of piracy near the island, so I think we're good to turn it on now.
Oh boy.
Really thought that my body would be used to this by now.
Okay, today is our final day at sea, hopefully. On our approach to Cape Verde, we are now less than 100 miles away from our anchorage. So we're getting there, and I'm really excited. But we're going really fast, so the big issue is we need to arrive with daylight. And if we keep up our speed, we'll be getting there before dawn tomorrow, which is an issue. So we need to slow down to 5 knots because we're doing 6 to 7 knots pretty steadily. So, being how we don't usually get to go this fast, I don't think it's going to be long-lived. So we're just riding it for as long as we can. That way when the winds die down a little bit, we slow down again. We aren't going to miss and end up spending a whole nother day trying to get there with daylight. So, I'm really excited.
that's different.
Caught another Dorado. It's a male.
Whoa, it looks so different.
Yeah, it's very small.
Oh, okay.
Is he too small?
He might be.
Yeah.
Is he gonna die if you put him back?
I don't know. I just gotta get the hook out. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna be a catch and release guy. He's really small. I'm gonna do this back there. Back you go.
Freedom!
Yep, he's swimming.
Good.
I really smell like fish right now.
Ew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Salt water and rinse my hands off because they stink.
The waves are well beyond the transom.
Height.
Yeah.
At least they're following.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not uncomfortable.
No.
So last night I actually struggled with a fever, and I'm still not feeling 100%. So I've just been resting, and Herbie stayed outside and kind of did watch, sleep outside last night so that I could get a full night's sleep. And still not 100%. But I think my fever definitely broke. So now I just rest. We're making our approach to the island, and we still can't see it, even though we're less than 50 miles away. But we trust that it's there. So it's time to drop Josh the jib and bring up Stan so that we can make a more gradual entry, because we don't want to arrive there in the dark. We're going to arrive there at around dawn or mid-morning. After 11 days at sea, or 10 full days at sea, we are approaching land. And that is that. So Herbie had us hove to off of the island so that we could approach with sunlight. We actually read about that in the parties books and as a strategy, and I think it's a very smart one. And this is our first time actually putting it into practice. Because in the past we've always managed to either arrive at daytime or just anchor somewhere else until we were ready to find the actual anchorage. Coming in for a landing. We rounded the bend. We thought we were going to be the only boat here, and we were actually a little nervous because we really don't know what to expect with Cape Verde, and we've heard some things about theft and all that stuff, but we rounded the bend here and the anchorage is full of boats.
So we're here. We made it to Cape Verde. It's a bit of a passage. It was really nice, but you know, stuff kind of got sloshed around, and we were trying like super hard to conserve our water because we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get in here, and we didn't know if we'd be able to get water. So when we left Madeira, we had to ration our water, thinking that this water had to get us all the way to Suriname, which was 3,600 nautical miles of sailing. So we were very strict on how much water we used, and that means that we didn't really do much cleaning, and this is really gross. So I'm just literally scrubbing it down now to get it clean again, and we'll get more water. We only used 30 gallons of water to sail 1,162 miles.
Right now we're just playing the waiting game. The police are supposed to be coming on the boat any time now, but we haven't heard anything, and they're not answering the radio. we're not allowed on shore because the islands are all in lockdown right now. And so we're just kind of waiting to find out what our fate here is. It's a little frustrating because we got all the way here and now we just have to wait on the boat.
The control lines to our monitor wind vane have chafed, and it typically happens every time it goes through a fair lead that's rerouting its direction. So I've already replaced these lines once before. The previous set lasted about 10,000 nautical miles. These are dying after only about 4,000. And we currently have about 2,600 nautical miles to go to get to our next port. So I want these like bulletproof. So instead of replacing the control lines with the exact same thing that they've been and that I've replaced in the past, which is a parallel strand core of Spectra with a polyester braided outside cover, I'm going to replace them with just plain old SK78 Dyneema.
So we were at sea for 11 days, and now it has been 14 days since we've been off the boat. We can't seem to get the people to come to the boat to check us in, so what we're gonna do is just go to shore anyway and bring all of our stuff. So if they say we haven't checked in, we'll say, well, here's all of our stuff. Because we are really ready to get off this boat, and it's like torture looking at land and not being able to go to it.
Restricting our access to land and resources such as water. That is illegal for the International Maritime Organization and for the U.S. federal court system. When are you allowing us on shore?
Now it's been 5 days since we arrived here, and we've been calling every day to get checked in. Tuna heart, the heart of a tuna. We're gonna just today get this boat ready to cross an ocean, because that's where we're going, like tomorrow. Thanks for watching this episode of Sailing Wisdom. Don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next Rigging Doctor episode. And if you're interested in even more Rigging Doctor awesomeness, consider becoming a patron to see all of our extras. Can't wait to see you next time as you join us out here on the high seas.